Here it is, Saturday. It is 11:45, quarter to 12. 12 o'clock is supposed to be our official start time for the 2017 24-hour comic day. So 11:45, everything's set up. I'm going to distribute a theme in a bit, and we're going to get going on trying to make a 24-page comic book story in 24 hours, which is not a community effort. Each person has to write and draw 24 pages fresh from scratch over the 24-hour period. And we're doing it Saturday, today at noon, and we'll be ending up tomorrow, Sunday at noon, and see how far we get. And a few things going on throughout the night, along with, music and movies, and lots of snacks to keep us energized. So that's it. We're rolling it out, and we'll keep checking in with everybody's progress. All right, it is Saturday, 6 p.m. It is 1/4 of the way through of comic book production, if you're keeping to the 24-hour status-y thingy. Let's check in with everybody, flip it off selfie mode, see how we're doing. So now it's 6:30, after doing the 6 o'clock walkthrough. Brought some pizza, and it broke down. Everybody's eating pizza, watching Blade Runner. Movies we've already watched were Bowfinger. We watched an old Shaolin versus Lama Kung Fu movie. And we watched They Live with Roddy Piper, which is an all-time great. If you haven't seen that one, see it. If they ever remake it, then shame, because it's you're not going to improve on it. So, yeah, watch They Live. They're watching Blade Runner, and I am going to get back to the table and start drawing, and then maybe have some more pizza after I crank out a few inks. So it's going good. Nobody tired. But then again, it's only dinner time. So we are trending for the least productive 24-hour comic day in the history of my ever.
Oh no.
I've got 4 pages of penciled and inked material and then 1 just pencils, no inks. No types of letterings or plotting put in there really so much. A blank page that I'm going to maybe start working on, and the time is 10 o'clock. It is about an hour past what would normally be my bedtime, so my productivity is slowing. Eric has taken his second opportunity to completely stop drawing with 0 pages completed. To completely stop drawing and watch a whole nother movie, which is fine. So Nicole's got us in the digs for horror movies now. We just finished House 2, and now we're on the Evil Dead remake, which I haven't seen. So in addition to being tired, I'm getting extra triple distracted. So looking more like just an occasion than a productive 24-hour comic day. But let's see if I can degrade the quality of my work enough to just crank out a bunch of senseless pages for tomorrow.
Isn't that what comics are?
We'll see. Yeah. It's a statement for the industry as a whole. All right. We'll keep working. I'll check back in. Okay, so it's 2 in the morning. Way past my old fella bedtime. And in past years, usually I stayed up the whole 24 and just knocked it right out. Even would have my full work day after work, start the 24-hour comic day, go 24 hours making the comic, and then stay up till a regular bedtime, pulling a 48-hour shift. But this year I was planning on getting some sleep, so the quality of my comics would step up when I woke up, so I had clear focus. But it was obvious to us early that Eric and I were the only 2 of the bunch going for the actual 24-hour comic day. Weren't going to finish our books. We're obviously not going to finish our books at this point. Nicole has been working on her Taste for Killing book, which is coming out soon, from Acid Eye Comics. Dustin was working on his big creator-owned project, which is going to be coming out soon. And information will be up on that on the Catatomic site when he's ready. But Eric, everybody's cleared the house, cleared the room, and is catching some shut-eye. Eric's going to return. Dustin's going to return in the morning, continue working on our projects. but I think I'm the only one that's still going. I know I'm not going to get my 24-page book done, but I'm going to keep going with my story until 12 noon hits and I am out of time. Let's check up on my progress here. So I've maintained a simple style. I've been drawing, 14 hours now, but really mostly watching movies, so I can't beat myself up that much. Again, with a simple style, with the inks, I'm hoping to go through and flush in some more detail on the pages that are just penciled, and then after I get everything drawn, get the lettering in, then I was going to go in and add like more detailing, more backgrounds, averaging about 2 panels to a page, which some have the 2, some I got 3 in for little action scenes and like a splash page, so we'll say averaging 2. But even with a relatively simple style, not putting any backgrounds, I was really trying to get overdo it with a deep, meaningful plot, which is the years I do that is the years I self-sabotage and don't really complete the book. So I was trying to get a little heavy on the plot, and I thought myself into a hole. So I probably won't get it done, but by golly, I'm going to draw till it's 12 noon, pencils down, because part of the challenge is not just getting a book done, but it's facing adversity and coming out a better artist on the end. So a lot of years I take the momentum I have from this and I keep going and get more work done on my actual regular books that I will be releasing. So hopefully I can at least self-motivate with that and get into a good groove. So yep, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to grab a few hours of sleep first. We'll be checking in the morning, and people will be showing back up for breakfast and keep working on projects. We'll see you then. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. It is later than I expected. I went to bed about 2. I'm usually up by 5 or 6, regardless. So I slept a little later than I had thought. Gonna start the coffee brewing and go out and get air after I take a quick shower and back to working. So now it's about 9. I got my cup of joe. It's as perfect of a fall day as you could possibly ask for. And all is quiet in the outside world. We're here in upstate New York, near Albany area, near the capital, and it's fall foliage time, so October up here. So that's where we're at. I'm never going to get this story done, but I'm still going to use my time to keep drawing and keep that momentum going, and then hopefully the fellas come back soon. I'm going to pop in Austin Powers. Started with year 1. I've been doing 24-hour comics day hosting for maybe about a decade now, and started year 1 with watching all 3 Austin Powers movies. Was my kickoff when I come to realize that they were all the same movie. Hey, they were brilliant. They're funny, and people think I'm silly for watching them every year, but then they get sucked right into forgetting how good those movies are. So, but limit it to 1. Gonna watch an Austin Powers movie, maybe Crawl, and then The Last Dragon. We've been watching every year because it's well worth watching at least every year. So, a couple swigs of coffee, a little fresh air, and right back to the drawing board. And also, with a 0% chance of completion, Eric has returned. Yay! 9:30. Yeah, that's it. We're hanging out. 10:45, just a little more than an hour left. I have 8 pages, penciled, inked. I was going to leave the pencils, squidgies in there, but I think I'm going to use my last hour to maybe do some erasing, thicken up some of the black lines, and go in with a gray Copic and add some shading, which normally I would do in the computer. I think I'm going to leave the lettering blank, and I think in the 8 pages I have the story I want to tell across, just a lack of characterization that could be worked into the front and the end. So, and I think I got the heart of the story, so I'm going to, at the end of this video, we'll put up the pages I've got and the art that Sir Eric has worked on, just to give you something to peek at, and then At some point I will get lettering done digitally on my what I've got. I'll stop the art at the 24 hours and I will put lettering on to get a little 8-page story in there. So back to the ink and touch-ups. In spite of the 0% success rate this year, a bunch of us have completed books in the past. Being a grueling test, I decided to make up some little placards to commemorate those who have completed at any point, which I forgot to distribute last night. But then again, everybody didn't make it, so throughout the weeks at the different art jams, I'll be getting little placards out to some of the people that done it. So we're tickling the noon point on Sunday. I have completed 8 pages, pencils, inks. I went in and darkened some inks, went in with my Copics. So I've got 8 pages, didn't accomplish the 24. I really could use some story in the front and back to sandwich it. I got in my own head once again and wasn't able to complete what I wanted to. But I got the core of the story, the moral point I'm trying to get across, and it's a little metaphoric, so I'm going to leave it at that and not say what it's about, but maybe I will at some point once it's out there. So I am going to keep my 8 pages. Could use some characterization at the beginning and the end. Like I said, the story I think is told, and I will scan it and I will do the lettering in addition to the time, just so that I have a complete story out there, even if it's not the 24 pages. So for the sake of this video, since it'll be a little while before I have the links up to a finished story, I'll get some snapshots of what I completed. And even though Eric and Dustin didn't work on 24-page stories, I will get you some snapshots of what they were working on. Get a preview of just Eric's good-looking doodles and Dustin's project. So I'll put that montage together. Thanks for checking us out and watching again this year. Next year, we'll be doing it again. Maybe mid-year, we'll do a workday comic, which would be 8 pages in 8 hours, which is less stressful for us, but a good chance for us to get together again. In the meantime, continue following the Catatomic Studios channel to see my PC Pop Culture newscast and any other crazy events and things we have going on. That I'm looking at reformatting the Art Jam and doing like a sketch showdown challenge, trademark copyright, that is going to take a little bit of investment to set up. I really want to do it right and have multiple camera angles and stuff for that, but it's a really cool premise that I've had in my head for a long time and I'm looking to make come true. So please like, subscribe, stay with the channel, and if you don't see the PC newscasts and you don't see the sketch showdown, you're not checking out the old art jams and other projects, at the very least, maybe I'll see you next year for the 2018 24-hour comic book day.